Hi, David Schoen here. I'm a little concerned with this world's ability to discern the truth. I've seen a show about a good soldier, and the other guy said to him, after he said, "I want the truth," and the other guy said, "You can't handle the truth." Jesus didn't reveal a lot of stuff to his early followers because he said that it didn't have the ability to comprehend the truth back then. So when he said all authority has been given me in heaven and earth, he meant he received a certified letter from God, kind of, you know. It's in Psalm 110. Prophesied that moment when Jesus said to his disciples, "I received all authority in heaven and earth." That fulfilled the prophecy at Psalms 110, where God says to his son, "Sit right here at my right hand." See, he's sitting on the throne there. Sit right here. He received that position. He received the position after he died. Understand that. He received the position where he's going to have all authority on heaven and on earth in that position. But he said, "Sit here until I place all your enemies as a footstool for your feet." So he can't act. He can't act. He has the power. He received all authority in there, but he can't act because the Father said, "Until I place your..." See, false religion don't understand that. Your Catholics can't understand that. Protestants, Pentecostals. Also, this fellowship, Jehovah's Witnesses, they always they start immediately attacking 1914 because they know all these other religions don't understand it. There's a reason they don't understand it, because Matthew chapter 11, verse 25, Jesus revealed that the Father only reveals truth to certain people. Yeah. The proud, arrogant, disfellowship people leave the organization, they become all proud and arrogant. They were thrown out for fornication, for crying out loud, right? For doing some real bad stuff. I mean, the organization wanted to forgive them. You know, they shook out to see if they were repentant or not, but they were not repentant of their badness. They were proud of their badness. So they were removed because of their badness or their troublemaking stuff, whatever they were doing. I remember this bad Jehovah's Witness. He just got baptized, and 6 months later he was in front of me in his car smoking, and he was holding it like a joint. So you can get, it doesn't matter if he was smoking a joint or a cigarette. He had to repent, and he said, "I don't have to repent because of that white man. He's a white man, and this is a white congregation, and you have to let me. You have to take my word and not their word, because they're white, and this is a white and black issue." No, it isn't. He's thrown down the black card and he's lying. He got his mother, father, sister, brothers, and his cousins in some other congregation. They all left the congregation, all of them, based on his false accusation that I'm right and I'm prejudiced. I didn't want him to leave. I wanted him to say, "Oh, I'm sorry, I did it." Yep. But he was too proud and arrogant. He left because of me. He tried to make me feel guilty for what? Seeing him smoking? I don't feel guilty for that. Hey, you want to be a liar? You're not only a smoker, disgusting, smoking, filthy, you're disgracing God, and you're not representing Jehovah God purely and his son Jesus Christ. You're making him look bad, because he driving around with his arm around the back thing, and he reaches over. I see a light flash in his eyes, and then I see his back of his hand go like this. He goes, leans back. He probably saw me in the mirror, found behind him in a place called Davis Drive. It's a U-turn, so there's one way. It goes way through there, and there's no other way for me to get to where I'm going. So I'm just happened to come in there behind him. What's he doing there? He doesn't live there. That's where everybody, whoever doesn't live there or have a relative there, they go there to buy drugs. That's a drug selling place. So he was going in there. He's showing off to all the bad people. He's trying to impress all the people. Look, me, I'm bad too. I'm like Michael Jackson. I'm bad. I can go where. I'm bad. You know what I mean? He's trying to impress Satan's world. I'm still in the world, even though he's baptized. But his sole purpose was to mislead his mother and father and his brothers and sisters. It's a good thing, though, that the elders had 2 other witnesses that saw him smoking. Thankfully, I wasn't the only one. Apparently, he was going around, not just David Drive, he was driving all over the place. Yeah, Jehovah's Witness, smoking. You can't touch me. I'm black. My skin's black. I'm in the right congregation. No, there's Brother Carter. He's an elder. Brother Clark. He's a ministry servant. They're dark-skinned. You're not in the right congregation, bro. There's other black people. There's Makita. There's 4 or 5 families that were black in that congregation. So what are you talking about? Oh, you're a right congregation and they can't disfellowship me because I'm a different color. You don't have authority to touch another race. But one of the elders was black and the ministerial servant was black. So what are you talking about? Anyways, I wasn't the only one that saw him. And what were we talking about? We were talking about Jesus Christ getting his kingship. What makes it... Here's something to think about. Biden, he wasn't the president yet. He became the president November 13th or something like that. When the election announced he's the new president. Now, he received presidency, the power of presidency. He received that. Right? He received it. His letter, he received the letter saying he won, right? Now, later on, they have a certification by Congress. That's not just he won. Now it's going to be officially his position. By the government. That's the day the government institutes him the president or certifies him. That was January 6th when Trump, he tried to interfere with the process of a fair election. And that's the day Biden became and certified. But there's 2 things. You become the president. You become the certified president by Congress. The government certifies it on that day. They're already certified. The American people are already seen the results of the election. He's already announced the president, elected president. So that's kind of like Jesus when he came down and said, "All authority has been given me in heaven and earth." It's been given it. Just like Biden was given it on November 3rd. He was elected to that position. The only thing that can stop him from being in that position is if he gets assassinated ahead of time. Okay, and we accept that in our country, he's the president now. He's going to be the president when Donald Trump's term's over. But he's got that. He's got it guaranteed now. He's got a hold on it, right? Now the government will announce that they recognize him, the president, on January 6th. Okay, we all accept that, right? Okay, now the inauguration is like on the 20th or something, around the 22nd or something. And anyway, that's kind of like when after a graduate when Joe Biden puts his hand on the Bible in the inauguration, that's kind of like when a graduate receives his letter from the dean. That's on November 3rd. They received a letter they're going to graduate. And then on January 20th, when the president swears in, that's like a graduate walking across the stage, shaking hands with the deans, and with the other hand, a diploma from that college is handed over to that person. Now, on that day, it's just like Jesus Christ, certified by the government on January 6th, is like him sitting on the throne and receiving the crown. Now he has a crown. But he's still sitting at the right hand of God, and his enemies haven't been given to him yet. Only his heavenly enemies were given to him, and he threw them out of heaven right away. That's the first thing he did, was throw Satan out of the heavens. Now, Armageddon is the day he receives his diploma. The day the president swears in. Okay, I swear in now. I have the power. Now I have power over heaven and earth. Even though he had the power over heaven and earth back in 33 CE, it was going to be given to him. It was already verbally given to him, authority in heaven. Okay, physically, it wasn't given to him yet. It's just like he hasn't received his diploma yet. He didn't walk across and shake the dean's hand, Jehovah God, shake his hands and give him the diploma. The proof wasn't given to Jesus until either 1914 or he receives it at Armageddon. Armageddon is when his father Jehovah says, "Go." See, he's the king of heaven and earth, but he still has to obey his father Jehovah. Now he waiting. He's waiting. Though he has authority to do it, he always waits. He's king. He can come down right now and destroy us all. He's not doing that. Jesus he's looking up to his father. He's twiddling his thumbs like this probably. Tell me when, right? Tell me when. You know, I'm king. I have authority to do it now, but hey, I live to do the will of my Father. That's what Jesus says. So he even though he has authority in heaven and earth, he's waiting for the Father to say, "Okay, I placed your enemies as a footstool for you. Go conquer them." See, Jesus is respectful. He's not like these other religions think he is. These other religions, they think that he's not looking up to God. They're thinking that he is God. See? There's a big mistake. Jesus said, "I came out as Jehovah's representative." He's a representative of God. Okay, Jesus said, "When I receive my kingdom, after 1,000 years of my kingdom, I must give it to my Father. I must give it to nobody if he's really God." But see, they don't understand that. The word sent to the earth. The word I must obey my Father. I was obedient to my Father in the heaven. See, he was obedient to someone else. Here's false religions right around that. They divide Jesus into three other people now. See, now he's obeying himself. How could you obey yourself? But that's what they're saying. They're saying he is God. He's part of this Trinity God, this false pagan Trinity God. Because all pagans worshipped gods in threes. The God of the sun, the God of the sky, the god of the ocean, the god of this, the god of fire, the god of war, right? Neptune, Saturn. These are all false gods, and they used to put them on three platforms because they didn't want this god. They didn't want to worship this god, and then they have the other gods get jealous, so they worship them equally. Understand that? This is pagan worship. That was long before Jesus came to the earth. They were worshiping in triads. And Constantine, the Roman emperor, he was a pagan. He was a pagan Roman emperor who never became a Christian. He falsely said, "I'm a Christian. I'm a Christian. I'm a Christian." It's just like a spy says, "Yeah, I'm not a Ruski. I'm an American. Yo, man, look at me, man. I'm an American. Would a Russian act like this, man? Huh?" See, Constantine, the emperor of Rome, he fooled those Christians, and he was really a pagan. He never left his pagan ways, and the first thing he did when he became the Pope, self-made Pope of a new church he called the Catholic Church. He called it the Catholic Church. He stopped calling it the Christian congregation and called his new formed religion formed by his army, his Roman emperor armies, and he used all his emperor power to assassinate and kill any Christians that were in his way. I'm sure he probably might have killed at least 100 people, and they were afraid of him, so they just let him take over, or whoever would stand up to him and say, no, you don't qualify. You're not one of us. You're not one of... That was a dead person. That was the last time you saw that person, right? That was the last time you saw that Christian. He was dead before sunrise. Guaranteed. Yeah, the emperor, he had infiltrators, just like him. He was an infiltrator of the Christian congregation. First thing he did was he erased the word cross out, and he put his pagan god in there, which is called Tammuz. But he renamed. Yeah, that's what people in authority believe. They believe they have the authority to do what they want. So he renamed his god Cross. Like that. His god was a cross god called T for Tammuz. The T stood for the cross. Tammuz. And his god, he put that as God. He put Jesus' body picture. He had it, artists start doing that stuff, putting Jesus on the cross. So, it must be true. It must be true. Said, yeah, kids born 100 years later, but all the Christians knew at that time that he was putting his own God in there, and they wouldn't say anything because they would be dead the next day before sunrise, right? Yeah. Anyways, Jesus received his power back in 2033. It wasn't certified to 1914, a certified letter, so-called, and probably at Armageddon, when God says, go, act. You can act on the earth now. So Jesus comes and brings the Great Tribulation, and a few months later, the end of tribulation comes, and they surround Jehovah's people, his faithful witnesses. They're about to kill him, and Jesus comes down and with his army and stands between us and them. The United States government, Russia, China, their armies, and they're going to all be destroyed at the same moment. All of Earth's armies are going to be destroyed. Why? Because Jesus could destroy the armies here and there, at the same time. He doesn't have to be here in America and there in Russia and split his body. No, he could multiply himself by maybe 10, maybe more. and still has the same amount of power. Jesus at Armageddon kind of, there's a stamp on his power now. Jehovah approved his power to destroy the earth at that moment. Though he received the seat, he received this seat of having all power over heaven and earth in 33 CE. It's a long time. Almost 2,000 years later, he received a certificate, which was a crown. He sat as the reigning king, but Jesus kept looking. He didn't go do things himself. He waited for Jehovah to go like this. He waited for Jehovah to give him the sign to go do it. He still respected his father. So in Armageddon, he's going to be... that's like the president. That's inauguration day. Armageddon, to me, it might have been in 1914. Inauguration. That's the day he got crowned king. But sworn into office might be a different thing. Just because we accept you're voted in. You're voted in. Now you're president elect. See, I received all power in America. Power over the military, power over the civilian, police and everything. I am the highest authority. Start November 3rd. He received that position as the new president. And Jesus received power. He received all authority in heaven and earth. Okay? In 33 CE. But just as Biden had to wait into inaugurational day, so did Jesus. Jesus had to wait to inaugurational day. We're lucky. We're fortunate. I mean, that it's only 1900 years and not 25,000 years, right? Because the day up there is 1,000 years of our time. I heard it say though, oh, Jehovah said Adam was going to die the day he ate from it. The day he ate from it. See, and their arrogance, man's arrogantness, is that Jehovah's talking about a man's day. Really? Did he say, I'm talking about a man's day in 124 hours? In 24 hours you're going to die? No, that's not what he said. A day to Jehovah, to him. He's the one that's talking. He's talking now. He said in one day, you're going to die in one day. Even if Adam didn't understand it, and Eve didn't understand it, and you don't understand it, it doesn't matter what you understand. It really doesn't. It doesn't. It matters what he's saying. What is he saying? Now, this comes along. This is why Jehovah says people that don't search for truth are wicked. The wicked man makes no search. See, these are people saying that, oh, Adam lived 950 years, God's a liar, he didn't die in one day. See, those are wicked people because they're not searching for God's truth. They don't care what God's truth is. They're saying God's truth don't matter. Well, it's going to matter because either you're going to be resurrected or not, right? Either you're going to live forever by accepting His truth or die in your own truth, right?